Plus Seminar. My name is Meg Dockstader, and I'll be your MC. Thank you all for joining and for your time today. Please put your microphone on mute and we will begin our program. Our goal today is to give you a brief introduction to the Naturally Plus company, their philosophy, and the products that are currently available in the United States. Then Mitsuko Tanaka will do a deep dive into the amazing world of Izumio hydrogen water and how it works to reduce inflammation and support health throughout the body. After that, we want to share some testimonials from ordinary, everyday users of Naturally Plus products. Today, we have testimonials from Oregon, Washington, California, Hawaii, and Guam. Before we begin, let me tell you a little bit about myself and how I got involved in Naturally Plus. About 2 years ago, my good friend and longtime colleague, Shuichi Goto, let me know that he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and was trying this product called Izumio hydrogen water to see if it would help the tremors in his hand. I was pretty skeptical, but I wanted to support Shuichi in any way that I could. So I went to a talk about it at Mitsuko Tanaka's house and then signed up to give it a try. I rationalized it to myself by saying, if Shuichi were selling Girl Scout cookies, of course I would buy some, just to support him and the cause. Well, it turned out that much like Girl Scout cookies, I actually loved the products, and I felt they were improving my health and quality of life. While I didn't have any major health concerns when I started, I soon noticed that my dry eye problem had resolved itself. I had more energy, and I stopped drinking coffee altogether in the mornings. I was also able to get over illness with ease. I also found that through Naturally Plus, I was renewing old friendships and making new ones, which in this pandemic time is definitely a blessing. I don't think of myself as a business person, but as someone who is just a fan of the products and wants to share the benefits of Naturally Plus with my family and friends. So that's what we're doing here today. Naturally Plus is a global wellness company that operates as a membership-based direct selling organization. Their mission is to promote wellness and healthy living worldwide. The company began in Japan in 1999, and then in 2012, the Naturally Plus global platform was launched, and it operates in 150 countries worldwide. In 2014, Naturally Plus opened their US headquarters in Las Vegas and now has affiliates in all 50 states. There is so much growth potential here in the US, and Naturally Plus has structured their affiliate program to be simple and low risk, and they have one of the best compensation plans in the MLM business. I won't go into any MLM details here, other than a quick overview of the organization. But if you're interested in learning more, please speak with the person who invited you today after our presentation. So Naturally Plus joined forces with Univa Capital Group in 2008. Univa was founded in 2006 by Shuji Inaba, and the name Univa stands for United Values. The goal of the company is to create win-win relationships, focusing on maximizing human potential in the 62 companies that are part of their organization. Naturally Plus is under the Health and Wellness Division of Univa. I really like the idea that the parent company is both financially stable and also concerned with making the world a better place. And now a little bit about the leadership at Naturally Plus. Mr. Nagoshi is the Naturally Plus Group President. He believes that the foundation of Naturally Plus's success is based on developing a unique culture that works hand in hand with the affiliates. Through collaboration and teamwork, with the understanding that each one of us is unique, with different talents and values, we can create synergy powerful beyond what any individual can do. And this is referred to as nakama, and that's a Japanese term that means we work, sweat, and grow together through relationships built on mutual understanding. Takashi Tajima, the CEO of Naturally Plus USA and the director of Naturally Plus Japan, is the embodiment of that ideal. He began his career with explosive success as a top distributor in a Japanese MLM company, earning several million US dollars in his 20s. Takashi joined Naturally Plus as an executive in charge of opening one of the first offices overseas in Taiwan and Hong Kong. With more than a decade of involvement as a skilled trainer, he has guided hundreds of Naturally Plus affiliates in Asia to achieve their success. And now he brings his hands-on personal style to the United States. With the goal of healthy living for all, Naturally Plus is focused on helping you achieve your maximum health for as long as possible throughout your life. Every year, the World Health Organization compiles data on life expectancy and health expectancy. And currently in the US, there is more than a 5-year gap between how long people live on average and how long they maintain quality health. Another Japanese expression that applies here is pinpin koorui, which conveys the idea of living with energy and vitality until the day you die. Staying vital and healthy for as long as possible is certainly something I want to do with my own life. There are currently 3 nutritional products that are available in the United States: Super Lutein and Super Lutein Myrto Plus, both of which contain synergistic blends of powerful antioxidants and naturally sourced nutrition that help maintain optimal vision performance, healthy biorhythms, support critical biological processes, and combat the signs of aging. Both of these products use the most clinically researched lutein worldwide and is the brand most trusted by doctors for eye health in the United States, according to a National Disease and Therapeutic Index report. The third product, which is our focus for today, is Izumio hydrogen water. All of the Naturally Plus products are produced using strict quality control and state-of-the-art manufacturing technology. So on to Izumio. Our speaker today is Mitsuko Tanaka. Mitsuko currently lives in Beaverton, Oregon with her husband and 4 children. Mitsuko initially became involved in Naturally Plus as a way to financially support her daughter's dance training a few years ago. And during that time, she has become a spirit achiever and a great mentor. Not only is she warm and encouraging, but she is also intelligent and curious about ways she can improve herself and her understanding of nutrition and health. She amazes me with her drive to learn more about the science behind Naturally Plus products, and I am so grateful she is willing to share her knowledge with all of us today. So take it away, Mitsuko.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction, Meg. My name is Mitsuko Tanaka, and I live in Beaverton, Oregon. I have 4 children ranging from ages 14 to 26, and my family is the reason why I started and am continuing to do this business. I joined in May 2017 because I wanted to support my youngest daughter, who is doing competitive dance, and also to be able to support my children's college education. It has been a rewarding journey so far, and I am learning and growing each day. I am also very happy to see many people around me become healthier and happier. So as Meg mentioned, today I will be talking about Izumio, hydrogenated water. We don't realize that aging starts in the 20s, but I think most of us realize that it starts to accelerate in the 40s. So it is very important to slow the progress of aging in order to live a healthy life till the end of our lives. 90% of illness and aging comes from oxidative stress, that is resting of our bodies called oxidation. Examples include bad eating habits, stress, polluted air, UV rays, chlorinated water, medicine, food additives, X-rays, alcohol, and tobacco. As you can see, some things such as polluted air and UV rays cannot be avoided in the world we live today. Here is an example of oxidative stress. In other words, free radical damage. You can see visually looking at this apple how they rot due to free radical damage. The same thing is happening inside our bodies too. So we would like to introduce you to Izumio, hydrogenated water to combat free radicals and oxidative stress in our bodies. Izumio is the #1 selling hydrogenated water in Japan, and is made in Japan under strict guideline and has a hydrogen content of 2.6 parts per million upon filling. This hydrogen content is extremely high compared to that of competitors. The pH level is 7, which is neutral and uses great tasting water from the serene countryside of Japan. The oxidation reduction potential, which is the unit of measurement used to express the oxidation reduction value, has a very high negative 570 to 700 millivolt upon shipping. I wanted to add that we have an exciting update coming soon. Naturally Plus is always improving the products and is planning to launch a newer version of Izumio soon that has a 3.3 parts per million, which is the highest amount of hydrogen you can get in a pouch in the market today. So now is a great time to try it out. This chart shows the oxidation reduction potential for various items. The lower the number, the higher the ability to reduce oxidation. You can see on the scale that Izumio water has a substantially low negative 570 to 700 millivolt compared to others, and it means that Izumio is very high in the ability to reduce oxidation. So why hydrogen? Tens of thousands of people all over the world travel to the mystical and famous water for their claimed healing powers. The fountain of Lourdes in France, the wells of Tilicote in Mexico, or the Nordino caverns in Germany, just to name a few. Studies of these waters have all found one commonality. They are all rich in hydrogen content. You can clearly see that Izumio has a much higher hydrogen concentration than the fountain of Lourdes in France. You would have to drink 650 liters of the water from the fountain of Lourdes to get the same amount of hydrogen as one pouch of Izumio. Wow. So next, I would like to briefly explain about the science behind hydrogen. One of the free radicals that are most harmful to our bodies is called hydroxyl radical. The chemical symbol is OH-. It is missing an electron, so it is unstable. Free electrons, such as an active hydrogen symbolized as H2, will combine with a hydroxyl radical and result in pure water that is easily discharged from our bodies as urine and sweat. Hydrogen is a very unique antioxidant that will only bond with the bad free radical and leave the good free radicals alone. Hydrogen is the lightest and most abundant element in the universe. H2 is the smallest molecule and it can get to anywhere it wants in your body, including passing the blood-brain barrier and into subcellular compartments such as the mitochondria of your cell. So by drinking hydrogen water, the hydrogen will reach all parts of your body that anything else will not be able to reach. Also, hydrogen can be administered as gas, saline implants, or infusion, or by drinking hydrogen-infused water. Hydrogen-infused water is the easiest and less costly method of administration. Dr. Garth Nicholson, our scientific advisor and world-renowned scientist in the field of molecular hydrogen, says that there are no safety issues with hydrogen. It has been used for years in gas mixtures for deep diving and in numerous clinical trials without adverse effects, and there are no warnings in the literature of its toxicity or long-term exposure, so it is very safe to consume. Here is the process on how hydrogen is infused into the water. Oxygen and other gases take up space in the water. In order to maximize the hydrogen content, Naturally Plus has adopted this complex technology. The process is composed of two processes, aeration and membrane dissolution. Aeration refers to the process during which oxygen is being removed from the water to make more space. for more hydrogen. Then the air device injects hydrogen into the water, which is called membrane dissolution. The hydrogen will be absorbed through the pores engineered into the membrane and dissolved into the water. Hydrogen is the smallest element in existence and is capable of permeating through almost anything. In order to prevent the hydrogen from escaping, Izumio is packed in a 4-layer aluminum film package. It is lined with a food-grade plastic coating between the aluminum and the water. This packaging not only prevents foreign particles from entering, it keeps the hydrogen gas from leaking. So to transport the maximum amount of hydrogen efficiently as possible, Naturally Plus has adopted water as the carrier. It has a pH level of 7, which is neutral. And we kept Izumio flavor-free to be accepted by anyone in the world. Izumio is made in Japan under strict guideline and sent via refrigerated ship to preserve freshness. While the water tastes great, we want to emphasize here that we are not promoting the water, but we are promoting hydrogen gas, molecular hydrogen, and water is simply the carrier. Today, Japan leads the world in the study of hydrogenated water. A key researcher involved in the study of hydrogenated water is Dr. Shigeo Ota. He is the pioneer of hydrogen science and has published many articles on the effects of hydrogen. If you would like to learn more, you could get more information from this book written by him. I have heard directly from Dr. Ota at a convention, and he really recommends all people over the age of 60 to drink 2 pouches of Izumio per day in order to stay healthy. This is important more than ever because people are living longer lives than what we've used to. Also, an interesting fact I wanted to share is that Dr. Ota says that he no longer has to worry about hangovers because hydrogen water seems to inhibit hangovers. I have actually heard from many people around me say the same thing. So please try drinking Izumio after you have just drank too much. There are currently more than 1,000 scientific publications on hydrogen research. Nature Medicine is one of the scientific research journals that is widely known. From various research studies, hydrogen has shown effectiveness in these areas. It's obesity, hemodialysis, peritoneal dialysis, nephritis, cardiovascular diseases, stroke, radiation effects, neurodegenerative diseases such as Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and Huntington diseases, cancer, proliferative diseases, infections and sepsis, metabolic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, skin disorders, neuromuscular diseases such as ALS, ulcers, inflammation, and autoimmune diseases. It is so hopeful to see hydrogen affecting in so many different areas. Here is an example of a research done by Dr. Garth Nicholson. He is our scientific advisor and uses our own Izumio water for research. Dr. Garth Nicholson's research shows that number 1, Izumio is a cell antioxidant. Izumio water protects cells from ROS, reactive oxygen species. Reactive oxygen species are free radicals. You can see that for the free radical without Izumio water, the cell eventually dies, but with Izumio water, the cell stays healthy. His research also explains that it guards against too much sugar. You can see that the Izumio helps decrease the amount of glucose to go in the bloodstream. And that Izumio also activates insulin receptors. This shows why Izumio is so helpful for diabetic tendencies. His research also says that Izumio repairs and stabilizes telomeres. Telomeres is a naturally occurring enzyme on the tip of your DNA that lengthens telomeres and protects them from shortening. A telomere is a region of repetitive sequence at the end of each chromosome. As we age, the telomere's length becomes shorter and shorter, and we end our lives when the telomere's length is gone. I thought it was fascinating that Izumio is able to repair and to stabilize the telomerase. This is truly anti-aging. Here are publications you can download via your smartphones. We encourage you to go investigate, do more research, because these are just the tip of the iceberg, and there are more research out there. You're welcome to take a photo of this QR code so you can look it up later. Lastly, I also wanted to share with you an experiment I did personally with Izumio water because I wanted to test out Izumio myself with my own eyes. I put a paper clip in a glass jar with tap water, bottled water, and Izumio water. You can see here in about a month, the jar with the tap water is rusty and moldy, and the bottled water is starting to rust. However, Izumio water is as clear as it first began. I thought it was so fascinating. Isn't it mind-blowing when we think that the same thing is happening inside our bodies too? Wow, that's amazing. Another experience was done by Meg, our MC today. She put a slice of apple in tap water, bottled water, and Izumio. 1 week later, you can clearly see that Izumio water kept the apple in the best shape, and the tap water and the bottled water is very moldy. So amazing to see Izumio making such a difference again here. Izumio is one of my favorite products. A lot of people like to drink it first thing in the morning to get energy and start the day strong, but I personally like to drink it every night before I go to bed. It relaxes me and I feel like all the toxins in our body are being removed while sleeping. And I can also go to sleep very well. Currently, 2 people every 3 seconds are drinking Izumio around the world. It will help your body to keep you healthy, so I encourage everyone to drink it daily. It's a great and simple way to invest in your health. I would like to end with a quote by Leah Hunt. The groundwork for all happiness is good health. You are important, so make yourself a priority and consider investing in your health to live a healthy and happy life. Thank you so much for listening, and I would like to hand the mic back to Meg for user testimonials. Thank you, Meg.
Yeah, Mitsuko, thank you so much for a fantastic job explaining the benefits of Izumio and a little bit about the science behind the product. It's really, truly amazing. So, as Mitsuko mentioned, hydrogen works on the reduction of free radicals and reduces inflammation wherever it finds it in the body. And as you will hear from our testimonials, there are a wide variety of experiences and benefits that can occur. Before we begin, I need to make this standard disclaimer. The statements that you are about to hear have not been evaluated by the FDA, and these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. So, now I would like to introduce you to some product users who can tell you about their own experiences using the Naturally Plus products. First up is my good friend, Shuichi Goto. Shuichi lives in Portland, Oregon, and is a retired gymnastics coach. Shuichi.
Hey, thank you, Meg, introduction. My name is Shuichi Goto, and I'm a retired gymnastics coach living in Portland, Oregon. My longtime friend Mitsuko Tanaka introduced me to the hydrogen-infused water Izumio in the fall of 2019. At that time, I had just been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and she thought it might help. I and my wife have been drinking Izumio every day since then. However, today I want to share how Izumio has helped my physical activities and confidence. This past summer, my wife, daughter, and I took a hiking trip on Mount Hood. I was not comfortable with long car drive or high altitude hike, even though I had been there many times in the past. I had some fear about what if I could not make it, or what if I got injured in the middle of the hike. I was thinking too many negative thoughts in my head. But my daughter very much wanted to go there. She kept pushing me until I finally decided to go. The hike had a 1,600-foot elevation gain and was 7.5 miles long. The whole hike took about 5 hours round trip. We went slow and steady, continuously climbing until we made it to the top in about 3 hours. We had lunch and played with some chipmunks at the top before we started back down. The descent took about 2 hours and we returned to the trailhead in the late afternoon. When we arrived at the parking area, my wife said, "I feel good." She noticed that she had no leg or knee pain at all. I also felt the same, no muscle pain or soreness. After such a difficult hike, I expected to be sore and tired, but I wasn't. Even the next day, I felt good and was surprised that I was able to recover so easily. We both felt that it must have been the Izumio helping with the muscle recovery. This hiking experience gave me so much confidence. I've been worried that since being diagnosed with the Parkinson's disease, that I'd not be able to do the things that I really enjoy, like hiking in the mountains. I've been exercising every day and have been able to keep my quality of life these past 2 years. This is my testimony about how Izumio has helped me continue to enjoy physical activity. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Shuichi. You know, honestly, it always makes me so happy to hear that Shuichi is living a full and happy life. So thanks for sharing that story with us, Shuichi. All right, next up is Debbie Anderson. Debbie is a longtime gymnastics judge and is the current state chairman for the National Association of Women's Gymnastics Judges. Tonight, however, she couldn't be with us in person, but she did send in a short video clip because I know the product means a lot to her. So we'll go ahead and listen to Debbie.
Hi, my name is Debbie Anderson, and I have been using the products for a little over a year now. I particularly like the Myrto Plus because it has helped with the little floaters in my eyes. They have decreased significantly since I've been using it. In addition, I use the Izumio water, and about a year ago, I went in for my checkup, my annual checkup, and my inflammation markers were very high. And so I had not started the Izumio water yet, and now a year later, I have had a checkup and my inflammation markers were half of what they were. So I'm very pleased with the success that I've had with the Izumio water and the Myrto Plus. And so I originally started the product to support my friend Shuichi, and have since found that it's just super important for me to continue this for my health. So I continue to support the product, and I'm grateful to be a customer. So thank you.
Oh, so thank you,
Hi,
Debbie.
my name is Debbie Anderson.
Thank you, Debbie, for sending in that clip. That was great. And I do love technology because that gives us access to people we wouldn't be able to otherwise hear from. So next up, we will hear from Jue Ku. Jue is from Snoqualmie, Washington, and she is the homeschooling mother of 3. Go ahead.
Hello, hi, my name is Jue Kucho. I am really honored to be here sharing my testimony because I must say, back in January of 2021, you guys did this presentation and I just thought it was so helpful that I always include your link whenever I share about products and companies. So to be included in now is such an honor. So thank you so much. And I have so many testimonials that I can share, but I just don't have enough time that I was given. So I do want to highlight my skin issue that I had for almost all of my life, 40 years. As you can see on the picture, first of all, I'm a happy homeschooling mom of three, and my kids' ages are 9, 7, and 4. So even when they're little, I had this skin condition that I had no way to get out of, but I knew what I was going through. It was called TSW, which is topical steroid withdrawal. So whenever you have skin issue, what the doctors would prescribe is topical steroid, and it really does its work overnight. It's so quick, but the problem is that it doesn't really get the root cause of it. So whenever I stop using it, it'll just get worse and worse each time, and I'll get a stronger dose of steroid topical ointment. So I knew to get out of it, the only way is to just stop using it cold turkey. And what it did to my body was that it just complete outburst of inflammation, like you can see on my hand. The body just wants it, wants the steroid, and that's the only way to get it over. However, I knew that I can't go back to it, and I did a lot of diet, like gluten-free, dairy-free, whole foods. And I was actually doing like 3 months of fruits, just living on fruits alone to do detox. And nothing could get me out of this situation. And my friend introduced me to hydrogen water, Izumio. And that was way more hydrogen than the machine that I had where I can generate the hydrogenated water at home. So when I knew that this has way higher infused hydrogen in it, I knew that this would work for me because by that time I knew that the hydrogen water is so effective in getting rid of free radicals in the body and get the inflammation out the body. So, and like you see, in 2 months, I got my hands back and I'm still living my dream like this for 2 years. And this has been just dream come true. And I was always watching my children with vinyl plastic gloves. And I'm sure they're happier than I am that I'm actually getting to wash them with my bare hands. And so I am just so happy. Ever since then, I've been a fan of Izumio. I just share whenever I feel like, people are going through health issues, I bring it up in my conversation. I really believe in, what amazing presentation that Mitsuko did. It is scientifically proven. It's gonna go straight toward for the weaken and start repairing the damaged cells. And I know it can do good to anybody who start drinking it because it has done amazing health benefits, not just for me, for my all the friends that I have shared with and my husband. And the other things, if I have time quickly, is that the first thing before 2 months period, I noticed that I was able to wake up. That was the very first thing. I was able to wake up in the morning. I would click on snooze for like 10 times before I can finally wake up in the morning. But after start drinking water, my eyes are open and less fatigue. I don't need to take the power naps anymore. In 2 years, recently I noticed that my fingernails are so like strong and healthy. I can finally put my nail polish on and I can grow them, because before it was like wavy and thin and bumpy, but they're so healthy. So I know I will keep drinking it, and I really want everybody to experience this improved health. And I know as a mom, taking care of myself is also taking care of my body. So I can't recommend this enough to you all. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, Jue, that was an incredible testimonial. And
Thank you, Meg.
I'm honored that you've listened to us before and you share the link. So I would say to everyone who's watching today, share this link so that they can see Jue's testimonial, because that was pretty cool. That's really incredible. And it really shows the point that Izumio is going to find wherever your weak spot is, even things you didn't even realize. And so it may cure one problem for you, and then all of a sudden you realize you're getting all these other benefits. So awesome. Thank you for joining us today. That was great.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we have Eric Silty from Portland, Oregon. And Eric is a recently retired pastor. So go ahead, Eric.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm from Portland, Oregon also, and I'm very happy to be a part of this presentation today. I'm honored. I just would like to say, I guess my wife has been a fan of hydrogen water for a long time, the Izumio water, many years, since it first was available in this country. Myself, when I retired as a pastor, and when the pandemic hit us, it was about the same time. And I was trying to take better care of my health, so I started drinking the water once a day. And I found the first thing that was happening is I was losing weight. Right now, I'm about 30 pounds lighter than I was at the beginning of the pandemic. That's a great thing. I'm very happy about that. Secondly, I noticed this year in July, I got COVID. And the interesting thing is, for me, at my age, because I'll be 69 next month, is I didn't have any inflammation or trouble breathing. One of the most major things that many people encounter in my age. And I didn't even think about going to a hospital, no need for a ventilator. I was really happy to stay at home, and I felt strong enough that I got up frequently during the 4 or 5 days that I was sick. I could walk around. I really attribute it to Izumio because I feel it was helping me with the issue of the inflammation. Also, I would like to say that I normally just don't like going to doctors. I hadn't seen one for about 3 or 4 years recently, but because I was wondering if I got COVID in July, I went to get a blood test. And the doctor thought I was very healthy. You know, it's at my age, it's really a good thing to feel like you can go out and do things, take a hike, or you know, normal physical activities. So generally, I just like to say, I feel good. I feel like I'm in better health now than when the pandemic started. I find I bounce back very quickly if I get something, a cold or whatever, and that's just a great feeling. So I like Izumio, I'm a fan. I feel for the rest of my life, I'm gonna try to keep drinking it. And thank you very much.
Wow, thank you. That is so perfect, especially during this time of COVID. Yeah, great example, right? I also found the same thing, that it really nourishes your body and it helps with the inflammation. So many practical uses. Thank you for that, Eric. That's wonderful. All right, so next we have Michiko Tan, who is coming to us from Los Angeles, California. Michiko, will you share your story with us?
Sure. Let me take a sip so that
Perfect.
I can do this smoothly. My name is Michiko Tan. I have been drinking Izumio since summer of 2016. My husband was drinking it first to lose weight. And there was a company's annual convention on July 22nd. I never forget this day. I'll tell you why. And he attended it. But that day, I was sitting in my doctor's office, and I was told that I have a 3 centimeter cyst in my pancreas, and suspected to be cancerous. She said it's 80% chance it's cancerous. Not only that, she told me that there was a possibility that it was already spread to liver. I was in shock. I was devastated. I was depressed, thinking my life was over. My daughter was 7 years old and she was crying too. But as my husband learned a lot about Izumio at the convention, he suggested me to start taking it. So I started drinking Izumio twice a day. First thing I noticed was a drastic change in my mood. I was feeling so depressed, but woke up to be the happiest person in the whole world. I am not exaggerating. I never forget how I felt. But at that time, I did not know how hydrogen can penetrate through brain membrane and affect brain function. And I kept drinking it, and in 2 weeks, my cyst went down to 2.5 centimeter. I also had biopsy, and luckily no cancer cell was detected at that time. However, doctors still recommended me to have a surgery as 3 centimeter cyst is too big to determine I was cancer-free. It was one of the most difficult surgery, but it was successful. However, I lost half of my pancreas. Doctor warned me that I would become diabetic since pancreas is where insulin is produced. Most likely on insulin for the rest of my life. That's what she said. However, 3 months later, I went to get my A1C tested and it was only 5.2, which was normal. And the doctor was surprised and asked me what I had been eating. After the surgery, I lost a lot of weight, and doctor had told me, I don't care what you eat, you just have to put more weight back. So I answered her back, as you said, I could eat anything. I've been eating my favorites such as pastries, donuts, and she was laughing. Another thing was my recovery. Although pancreas surgery is one of the most difficult surgery, and I was in the hospital for 6 nights. After this, one of the pictures shown here is at the hospital. My husband was teaching my 7 years old daughter back then homework while I was in the hospital. But 1 week after I was released from the hospital, I was already attending my daughter's friend's birthday party, and people saw me and they all thought I was very healthy, and I felt healthy, and I was acting like nothing had happened. So this is my experience, and thank you so much for listening.
Wow, I'm in shock. That is absolutely amazing. Really an incredible story. And thank goodness your husband knew about Izumio. Thank goodness he shared it with you. You just never know. So wonderful. Thank you and congratulations on getting your life back. That's just so wonderful. Okay, moving on. Unfortunately, our next presenter, Rieko Hustler, she lives in Gresham, Oregon, but she was unable to attend in person, but she did send her testimony in by video. So we'll see if we can get that going for you.
Hi everybody, I'm Rieko Hustler. I'm from Oregon. I'm going to share with you the benefits I've experienced since drinking Izumio. About 2 weeks after I started drinking Izumio, I noticed that I was touching my face often because my skin became so soft. And my daughter also noticed my skin and hair looked healthier. Another thing I noticed was even if I slept for a short time, I was able to sleep deeply and I felt refreshed when I woke up next morning. Also, My daughter has difficulty falling asleep and then sometimes takes sleeping pills. Since she started taking Izumio, she has been able to fall asleep better and no longer needs any medicine to help her sleep. Another change I noticed, I had dry eyes and I was using eye drop often. But after drinking Izumio, the redness of my eyes disappeared and I was getting better before I knew it. Another thing I noticed after drinking Izumio was that the painful cone on the bottom of my foot began to shrink and became less painful. Before drinking Izumio, my hands often became itchy from using dish soap, causing me to scratch them. The scratching would lead to a dry and painful stinging feeling. To help with the condition, I would use steroid cream, which I did not feel comfortable using. So instead of using it, I soaked a paper towel in Izumio and applied it to my hands. That clears the condition and it has not returned since. I am so happy about it. Another story of Izumio. Since I've gotten older, my reflexes have become dull and I have become hesitant to change lanes while driving. I thought this was the new normal for me as I aged, but after I started drinking Izumio, I suddenly felt more alert and confident driving like when I was younger. I have gained a lot of benefit from Izumio and I can say it has greatly improved the quality of my life. I love Izumio. Thank you.
Thank you, Rieko. You know, it just goes to show that you never know how Izumio is going to affect your body, but it's really interesting. We just get so many varieties of ways that we see improvement. You just never know. Okay, so moving on, we have Reiko Kusamoto from Honolulu, Hawaii. And Reiko is a retired lobbyist and a consultant.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me over to this wonderful, wonderful gathering. You know what? Such an incredible testimonials I've been hearing from every one of them. So now my time came. I don't know. This mind is such a peanuts of things, but I would like to share. I would like to share for two things. Number one, I had very, very bad stroke. I was in acute hospital for 1 month, and then at the rehabilitation hospital for 3 months. Then found it to be a wheelchair person. Now, while I was in the hospital, one of my dear friends from Hokkaido came and introduced me Izumio and then Super-Tain, which is many years ago, 2012, I had a stroke. Ever since then, I've been taking Izumio. Now, Izumio is part of my life friend. Without Izumio, I don't think my day gonna start. I'm gonna start taking Izumio early in the morning, lunch hours, and the dinner time. And between that, it depends upon the day, what I do. If I get the pressure like now, I think I needed Izumio to help myself, kind of. You think I'm not a nervous person, but I am. Well, prior to my stroke, I had high cholesterol. I had diabetes type 2. I had arthritis, and then I had cataract. So, and then very, very bad depression. I was under doctor's care. But once I started taking these Izumios plus other super routine too, but Izumios, my health condition had been changed. Really, really, eye problem is gone. I had eye problems after the stroke though. Before the stroke, I didn't have. After the stroke, I had a eye problem, which is double vision and floaters. And then also before the stroke, I had, like I said, high cholesterol and then others. So the ones who started to take these supplements, thanks to NP products, my cholesterol was down, my diabetes was down, and then also my cataract, eyes were very good. Supposedly, I have to have an operation before the stroke, but due to the stroke, operation has been pushed to the year later. But when I was ready to go to operation, went to doctor and the doctor checked out my eyes. They said, wow, I don't think you need to have operation. So I didn't have any operation. Here I am now. And then also after the stroke, my hair, as you can see on the picture, my hair is all white. But now look at me getting a normal hair with my age. I think that this is good to carrying this color of the hair. I'm not coloring, dyeing anything. So without these supplements from Naturally Plus, especially Izumio, I don't think I can be now. I would be wheelchair for rest of my life. That's what the doctor figured it out. So I have to remodel my house to barrier-free house. Put the ramps in the living room. Not the living room. Yes, my living room is a sunken living room, so they have to put there. And then I have to convert it one of my bathroom to a wheelchair access bathroom. And then towards all the entrance from outside to inside the house, I have to put slopes. So as you can see me now, thanks to Izumio. Without Izumio, I don't think I can be here now. I know people talk about Izumio is expensive, not only Izumio, other products are expensive, but which you would like to take, health, or you would like to take money. While I started to take supplements, I've been spending over $1,000 every month because these supplements weren't in the Hawaii. I have to order to Japan. They have to flow into here for cases of Izumio, for bottles of super routine every month by air, so it cost me a lot. And then after a year or so, my health condition were getting better. So I thought I'm gonna cut off. And then, well, not completely cut off, slow down, or less supplements I would take. However, my daughter said, so thanks to daughter. Good to have a nice daughter like mine. Which you would like to take? You would like to take the money, or you would like to be healthy? And my daughter said, if help finance conditions, I'm gonna help you. Don't worry about the finance, but you have to be healthy. If you are sick, you are bedridden, always wheelchairs, she said she's gonna have a hard time taking care of me. So I got to get well. So what I have to do it is, okay, no choice. I'm gonna take the supplements, spend the money, and then get healthy. But good heavens, say knock on the wood, I didn't have to depend on my daughter for the finance. And then also, not only health, the health part too. I'm very independent. I live all by myself. My daughter lives in Virginia. So I'm very, very lucky to be introduced to these supplements, which is especially for my stroke. And then another things I would like to introduce my experience, which is I broke right wrist. When I broke the wrist, I didn't have any pain, but I heard noise, but boom, just like broken something. Sure enough, my hand was hanging. So I went to the doctor and they took out all the x-rays and whatever. So, and the doctor told me that Reiko is broken. Have to, hope not have to have a surgery. So they put them together, and then I had a heavy cast. No pain. That means I think that because of the Izumio, the super butane I was taking, and then also healing time was really half of the time. Normal people, and with my age, takes about 6 months to a year to heal the broken, the whistle. However, I got well within 3 months. So I think again, because of this, these supplements, the one helped my physical, mentally, and health-wise. So I would recommend it highly, highly recommend it to the other people. What Izumio can be done for you, make your life happy. Not only that, you're gonna have a very, very healthy body. You can live happily. You can make your family happy. And as you can see the little boy on the picture there, he's 11 years old. He was born with the heart problems. Soon as he was born, within 1 month, he had to have 4 major surgery. But now, look at him. He's been taking Izumio along with me. So he plays a certain type of the sports. And then he attending the Boy Scout. He plays the piano very well. And we worried about his mental because of the lots of how do you call the testing and then whatever. So, however, his mental achievement, school achievement, is very, very high, very good boy. And then what else? I'm sorry, I'm jumping here and there. But without my family, I don't think I can be happy as I am now. People need help from the family too. And when the family comes to try to help you, just you take it, say thank you. Like my daughter told me, Mom, it's your turn to accept everything. You did enough already for yourself. So I just taking her offer. I'm very happy. The Izumio, yes, the one changed my physical condition and then mental especially. That's all. It's not really, really good testimonial, but that's my testimonial. Thank you very much for listening.
Wow. Thank you, Reiko. That was a very good testimonial. I don't know what you're talking about. That was incredible. This has impacted every aspect of your life. But you also highlighted the importance of family. And I really feel like Izumio is about family and friends and all of us taking care of each other to live the best that we can. So what an example you are. I just am so honored that you came and shared your testimonial with us tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
So our last testimonial tonight comes all the way to us from Guam, and it's Frank Perez. and I believe it's about noon there tomorrow. So hopefully Frank is there. I know he's had to wait a long time. Let's see if we can get Frank in to tell us his story. Hi, Frank.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, sound
Hi,
good.
everyone. Let me take off my mask. Because the reason why I want to take off my mask is because, my journey with Izumio, and I'm excited to share my testimonial, not just for myself, but for my family, especially my mom. My mom is 72 years old now. And with the pandemic happening, I wanted to make sure that, that she stays home and she gets all the nutrition that she needs. So I've been doing natural supplements for about maybe almost half my life. So I hope that you get inspired, because I only started my journey with Naturally Plus only a month ago. And what I hear from all the people that are doing their testimony now is people who had problems with their health, chronic issues, right? But what I love about the product is that the product is also to help maintain your health. And that's what I love, because I'm not a really sickly person. So my journey, I started in only October 1st, but I had to start, I was excited to just try the product first and see the results of the product. Because if I'm not a product of the product, then I cannot sell the product. And so that's the reason why I want to try it and see for myself. And then I saw also for my mom the benefits that it was doing for her. And I was just excited because I started introduced in September. I joined October 1st. And the first thing that people, when I started sharing, using the product, was people were complimenting on my skin. And, for a guy, all the ladies are like, right, Frank, what are you doing with your skin? What are you doing? I'm like, I take this water, Izumio. So you need to, so I would share it. I would spray it on their face and leave it on and say, just leave it there. Don't touch it. And after a while, 10 minutes, they touched their skin and it was like really smooth. But for me, being a guy, it's an honor just to hear women, like my skin. And I said, well, if you want my skin, you're gonna have to try this water. You gotta have to try it. And so I just continue. Before I started the product, I was didn't take any natural supplements for 2 weeks, because I wanted Natural Plus products to do what it says it was gonna do. And I wanted to see it for myself, because I'm a small business owner. And if I'm gonna sell the product, I have to have quality product. And health is a very passion part of me, because I was diagnosed at a young age, at 10, with rheumatic fever. But I rarely go to the hospital. So I knew already that the body can take care of itself if you give it the right nutrition and you take care of what you put in your body. So I'm just excited for the journey that I have with Naturally Plus. And I love Izumio. I can never stop talking about it. When the first thing I wake up, first is God, I pray, and then I drink my Izumio. And I'm just excited. And then I also make sure that my mom takes her Izumio every day, because we're not done with this pandemic. In Guam, we've already lost 230 plus people, and it just keeps rising. So people just need to continue to take care of themselves and drink Izumio and take their vitamins, because their immune system is their first defense. If you don't take care of your immune system and make it healthy, I am shocked that you're gonna be in a coffin 6 feet under. And we just lost too many people, last year, and then again going on this year. We don't want that to repeat. So Naturally Plus has to be a household name. We have to work together and continue. But my skin, people, rate about it, and I drink it every day. I don't have any like bad sickness, but I always have aches and pains because I run a water store. So I always have to carry gallons of water. So of course the pressure on my back and my knee and my feet. And so my muscles tends to really get tight. But with Izumio, in less than 15, 20 minutes, my body just starts to relax and my muscles just starts to get loosened. And then I don't have any more tightness and I don't have any headache. So I just believe that hydrogenized gas, for our body and working at a cellular level, and also at neutralizes your free radical. It's a win-win-win for everyone. Everybody's body is different. Some people that I share don't see the results right away, but I always tell them, give the product 3 months. If you're not completely satisfied, you have no obligation to Naturally Plus. You can turn off your auto ship, but get involved, get plugged in, because your health is more important than money. When you go to the hospital, your bill just at the emergency room, or just even to just get seen by the doctor, is expensive. So why not put the money into your health and invest in your health? And for my mom, that's for me. I just read about my skin. Look how smooth I am, and I am just, I can't stop saying about it because people always ask me and tell me about it. So I was like, wow, okay, I'm gonna use that. So I started spraying people's face with the Izumio. I just put it in a bottle and I just spray. I spray away, and then they just say, wow, that's refreshing. And then 10 minutes, they feel their skin and it's like really smooth, And I know the hydrogenized gas is not, you have to make sure you do it. I try and refill it every time I open up my Izumio and I drink. So I drink 3 times a day, And you know what this is? This is like my lifeline. I drink it and it also helps my insulin and stops my sugar intake. I don't have a craving I have a passion for food, and I love food. And so over the pandemic, I gained so much weight, but I was trying to lose weight and I couldn't find anything, but this one here really helped curb my appetite and also stop my sugar block. I don't have a craving. And so when I started taking this before I eat lunch, I in like 20, 30 minutes into my food, I'm already full. I don't feel like I'm already stuffed. I can't eat anymore. And so I love it. And so I'm seeing inches. I don't have a drastic weight loss yet because I only started a month, but I have nice skin and I'm losing inches. So that's the most important thing, is losing inches. Never mind about the weight scale, losing 20 pounds, inches is the most important thing. And so I really, really enjoy that. And for my mom is like my holy grail. I love her to death. She's the only one we have left. I lost my dad in 2017 to cancer. And so that's the reason why I started giving her Kangen water. And now she loves this so much that she takes it because it's so cute. It fits in her purse. And so she drinks it every single day. But I said, Mom, can you just drink only 2 because we don't have enough? 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. And then if I get more, I will order more and then I'll have. So now I have to get her own case just for her because it's helping her with her anxiety, her sleep, and then also her arthritis. That's the first thing she noticed was her arthritis. And then now it's helping her with her skin. Taking it internal and external, it's a win-win. She really loves the water. So I'm just so happy and ecstatic to be part of Naturally Plus journey. I've only been in the company 1 month, but I made already Frontier. I've enrolled 10 people. And what's good about this is that I said, I don't want to join in September. I want to join in October because October was a very special month. It was my month of my birthday. So I made it a goal and a mission, and my birthday wish was to get Frontier, get 10 personal people, and then make the status of Frontier, but I didn't realize that I also got paid $100. I was like shocked when I looked in my bank account. I was like, holy crap. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but I was like a little kid on Christmas Day. I was like, hey, I got $100. I started sharing with all my team, you know? And then again, Shizuko said, Frank, you hit your frontier. I said, yeah, because I just enrolled 2 on my birthday. Even though it's my birthday, I went and enrolled 2. I said, I need to get my 10. Even though I have my business center 2 and 3, I wanted to personally sponsor 10 people, you know? So now I got 12, but I only count the 10, you know, that I personally sponsored. And so I'm looking forward to my Frontier bonus. I don't know when that will be, but it's gonna be a surprise. I don't know, I hope it's big. But even if it's small, it's still good. I'm just very ecstatic just because I wasn't really pushing the business. I was more pushing the product for people to try. And that's the first and foremost important thing is share the opportunity of health. Because you never know that person's looking for something to feel better. At a young age, being sick, I know what people go through because I've been there. So that's I have so much passion about natural stuff. And I think Izumio and Naturally Plus products are gonna be a household name. You know, everyone in the everyone's family has to have one. So I'm very excited. And my mom is excited. I don't have to force her anymore. She loves the water. She said it's more better. And she doesn't have to carry a bottle. She just carries this little pouch and she puts it in her purse. And whenever she's thirsty, she drinks. So that's makes me happy, and I'm just so blessed, you know, to keep my mom around for as long as I can. And my goal and mission in Natural Plus is to be financially set free and to have freedom of time, and then also to travel, to help my mom enjoy the traveling wherever she wants. So I'm very excited about this and my journey with my team. So I hope you get inspired, everyone, even though you're old, been here long, but, and the people that are new, especially the ones that are new, please join this movement to let us bring this to the mass and let us build it to be the #1 company in the world. So thank you, and I'm very honored to be on this Zoom, and I hope that you get inspired. So thank you so much from Guam.
Wow.
If you can do it, I can do it.
Frank, that was incredible. Welcome to the Naturally Plus family. I love your energy. And I love the fact that you want to, let's see, how did you say? Share the opportunity for health. I think that's just a perfect expression. So, yeah.
That's why it's so important is don't look at it as a business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, take your experience and share.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a product of the product and share your testimony on how you feel.
Absolutely. I think that's just incredible. So thank you so much. That was
thank you. Thank you, everyone. Mitsuko, thank you. Midori, thank you. And to my Guam team that's on the Zoom, thank you for your support. And let's do this.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so with that, we're going to begin to wrap it up. So I want to thank all of the people who gave us testimonials today. This was probably the best group I've heard in a long time. This was really inspiring and really fun. And I'm so impressed by all your stories and your journeys and sharing it with us. Thank you so much. So I hope you all found it as impressive as I did. I can't imagine that you wouldn't. It was just amazing. And I would like to thank everybody who's listening today. Thank you for joining us on our Zoom seminar. I'd like to encourage you to talk to the person who invited you today to see if something that Izumio is something you might like to try. The Naturally Plus company has a great no risk money back policy. So if you try it and for some reason you're not satisfied, although I honestly have to say I've never met anyone who wasn't satisfied, but they will give you a refund back in that first 30 days. So in case you didn't know, all the prices include shipping, and shipping is expensive given the weight of water. So don't be put off by that. The price of the Izumio, it's 100% worth it. I can't thank all of our testimonials enough because I think that you drove that point home. Izumio is well worth it, and it will improve the quality of your life in so many ways. My mind is blown. So have a great rest of the day, and I hope we see you guys again soon. Thank you.